priority and replies mention search, which is initially the spam. Why can't I change my name? How do I change also fuck you, Elon? U.S. Department of Breast Services. They handle enforcement. We handle the regulatory compliance of chest-based affairs only. We also work with the Paranormal Investigation Bureau. This was a good one. I did that shit. I was like, I got 95 theses, but this shit ain't it, Chief. Martin Luther. Pope John Paul I. Interesting that none of you are talking about how I was murdered by the mafia in Vatican Bank. Maybe Google Gladio and open your third eye. My brothers in Christ, this is unseemly and sows the sin of scandal. Please stop. Wait, is that actually him? What the fuck?
Wait, is that actually him?
Wait, how? Isn't it Pontifex? Wait, what?
No, it's not him. There's no way.
No, Pontifex is the actual Pope, dude.
It's a fake tweet.
How did they do that? Did he get fucking trolled? Like what?
Wait, go to...
No shot. They inspect elemented it, right? Like there's no fucking way that he actually did that.
Pontiflex or Pontifex?
No, it says Pontifex right here. That's his real at. Bitches, get the fuck out of here. I'm in France, popping bottles,
but that's
getting...
Pontiflex. I love it every minute.
They had to have photoshopped it, which is unfair to do, I think, in this situation. They inspect elemented it.
That's one of your...
Gaming.
Tony Blair.
I love when he just like, I'm not owned. Lol, that's really funny. Starting today, we'll begin offering Twitter Gold, a free subscription that gets you yearly family vacations and nightly dinners with me. If your name is Grimes, please come back. I love you. That is awesome. That's fire, Little Bear. This actually is a great segue into our next topic of conversation, Twitter imploding. Okay? Before we get to the Ron DeSantis drama and the Republican Party and all this other shit, we need to talk about Twitter.
I should probably exit at this point before we transition.
Oh, okay. Well, we want to say goodbye, a hearty goodbye to Austin, who is here. Did a wonderful job. You did a great job defending Oregon.
Thank you.
I'm sorry that your amendment to uphold slavery in the Oregonian Constitution failed.
I was phone banking for it, but unfortunately I failed.
But it's okay.
I was really pleading with my constituency.
You'll get him next time.
To blocks, you know.
That's why he's moving to Austin.
Yeah.
He's like slavery. Yeah, slavery's being abolished.
An anti-slave state like Texas, you know.
I was saying the opposite.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but you know, I think I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys with more political takes in a couple years when I start focusing on it again.
Yeah, he's done. Every 2 years.
Every 2 years, I'm looking forward to 2024 where I can vote so hard again and phone bank and turn Texas blue. All right. Okay. I'm heading out. Thank you, everybody. Follow me on Twitter. Well, if it's still around.
Yeah, well, Twitter is imploding, so good luck. Godspeed, soldier. Okay, let me move this back. Don't worry about it. We are going to talk about the fake Eli Lilly tweet and the real consequences of Elon's actions. So Elon Musk has been basically, shoving his, I assume, mangled dick directly into his own application that he bought for $44 billion. And basically things are imploding. We watched a brief synopsis of that. Yesterday, a bunch of resignations came down the line. One of them actually stayed. The person who Elon Musk kept retweeting whenever he wanted to prove everyone that things were actually just fine just resigned. The person who hosted Twitter Spaces with Elon Musk yesterday to tell advertisers that things were actually fine just resigned. Okay? Twitter executives are basically fucking fleeing the boat. Let's take a look at friend of the show, Lol Overruled, and his synopsis or his summarization of the accounts that or what happened so far.
Twitter's collapse in 60 seconds, and it's hilarious, by the way. October 26th, Elon walks into Twitter's HQ as the new owner. October 27th, Elon fires a number of C-suite executives, tries to do so for cause so he doesn't have to pay out their massive bonuses. He will fail at doing this. October 28th, in a meeting with HR, he declares that he wants to fire a ton of the staff and do it before the November 1st retention bonuses. Also is worried that some of the people at Twitter aren't real workers. Then declares comedy is now legal on Twitter. November 1st announces a subscription plan, $8 a month to pay for verification, but there will be an official badge next to actual public figures so you can tell the difference. Creates obvious problems for advertisers and also allows Elon to be bullied in a way never before witnessed in human history. November 4th reduces Twitter's workforce by 50%. Immediately.
One thing that he basically missed here, though, after saying comedy is now legal on Twitter, people, of course, did exactly what they would do on Twitter and started absolutely destroying Elon Musk, right? Other than the Tesla account. And one of the things that was super commonplace was people making fake Elon accounts, talking about how my wife left me, Grimes, I love you, or friend of the show, Ethan Klein, my co-host of the Leftovers podcast, making a sequence of funny-ass tweets about how, Elon Musk is best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. And Elon immediately turned around and decided, this is my platform. This is my ball. Only I get to play with it. Fuck you guys. And yeeted so many fucking impersonation accounts. He first claimed it was going to be, if you clearly state that it's parody, we won't ban you. And then he just banned people that stated it was parody anyway. So, he went bananas mode on that. Balls to the fucking wall. And now, a lot of people are taking advantage of the verification process, the pay-to-play verification process, in the exact same way that we fucking told you was going to happen. Why do you think for the past month I've been saying, if he does this shit's going to suck dick. This shit is going to destroy the platform. It's going to be awful for the platform. It's going to be awful for the platform. Why do you think I kept saying it? And everyone was like, Hasan, it's because you're jealous. Other people will be able to buy the Twitter Blue verification that you hold on to. And I literally told you, I don't give a fuck about the verification. And I also know how human beings work, that there was always going to be a secondary verification process to basically signify that someone didn't just buy the badge, but were given the badge because they're a public figure. And I was right on that too. But you dumb motherfuckers, some of you in the chat were like so horny about this weird space where you thought people for a brief moment would think that like everyone is going to be the fucking verified person, not realizing that if everyone is verified, then no one is. Okay? And here we arrive at yesterday's news, which I think is fucking hilarious. It's sad. It's tragic, but also hilarious in a weird way. Eli Lilly. Let's finish this video, and then I'm going to get into Eli Lilly. It's my favorite story of the day, and in just my favorite story probably of this month, maybe.
and also allows Elon to be bullied in a way never before witnessed in human history. November 4th reduces Twitter's workforce by 50%, immediately asks some of the employees to return when they realize they can't run the website without them, changes the policy on parody accounts. November 6th, comedy is no longer legal. Company meeting November 10th says the company is near bankruptcy. Story of Twitter's collapse in
And he took out he sold $4 billion in Tesla stock to keep the company afloat for, this period in time. So like I also predicted months ago, he's not only blowing up Twitter, but he's also blowing up Tesla. Okay? He's literally blowing up Twitter and Tesla simultaneously, as is the case with everything that he's ever engaged in. Okay? The one time you don't have government subsidies to keep you afloat, you're fucking cooked. Okay? Could not have been at a worse goddamn time for him, as, literally all of the American manufacturers and international manufacturers are now also building their own EV fleets, so he can't even use carbon credit swaps from them specifically to keep Tesla afloat. What will happen? What will fucking happen to Tesla? Okay? Now that other car manufacturers, real car manufacturers, unlike Tesla, okay, are actually getting into the fucking EV game, what is Elon going to do? What will he do? We shall see. But it's awesome. It literally is so awesome because, as I tweeted earlier today, Elon Musk is showing the world a profoundly important lesson. Do you understand? It's something that I talk about quite frequently, about how meritocracy is a lie. It's a lie told to you, the average working class person, so that you believe that all of these people in positions of power are not there as a consequence of good decisions, but more importantly than that, lucky breaks that they were able to materialize on. Okay, they were able to capture, that they were able to pounce on. Okay? People refuse to recognize that. Okay? Your spawn point is incredibly fucking significant. And Elon Musk's spawn point was an emerald mine. Okay? That's a big boost. I'm not saying every person who is the son or daughter of a multi-billionaire emerald mine owner or multi-millionaire emerald mine owner is going to become Elon Musk. Of course not. But the likelihood greatly improves that you are going to experience upward social mobility in that regard and become one of the richest people on the planet when your spawn point is significant like that. There are plenty of poor people that are infinitely smarter than Elon Musk and infinitely harder working than Elon Musk who never make it and die poor, okay, in awful conditions. Why? Because they just weren't lucky. That's it. Which is precisely at the heart of my commentary. That's why I believe that we should make the world a better place for everyone so we can greatly improve the chances of people who could potentially become brilliant contributors to society. Anyway, but like I also tweeted earlier today, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are showing the world that meritocracy is indeed a lie, and they didn't work harder or smarter than everyone else, contrary to popular opinion. It's great. Okay, that's it. That's what you're seeing in the funniest, most public way possible. Especially because Twitter is the cattiest website you could be on. Even if you're doing well, Twitter is the website where haters fucking thrive. You could be the most popular motherfucker on the planet, which Elon Musk wasn't really, but when you take that toy and you break that fucking toy, the cattiest people on the fucking planet, which yes, includes myself as well, are going to turn around and fucking destroy you. Okay? So, yeah. Twitter was great for breaking news and news in general. Where would that come from now? Yeah, it's actually fucking sad. It's also one of the only places where you could quite literally fucking bully a billionaire as a rando, okay? The only thing you could have done to stop that was just not log on. That's it. It's an incredibly powerful tool. An incredibly powerful tool that every billionaire has. This one trick that they don't want you to know about is just not log on to the website. Okay? Because your life is still going to go. You don't need to be on Twitter to be a fucking billionaire. Like, I need to be on Twitter. I love it regardless, and I'm fucking brain dead, and I love seeing all this psychotic shit, okay? But also, I can't really log off because, like, it's a fundamental part of my job. For Elon, you don't have to be on ever. You could do the fucking Virgin Galactic shit. You know, you could be Richard Branson, go on an island and, like, fuck models, okay? And you know, ride a jet ski naked for the rest of your fucking life. Nobody's gonna know any better. Nobody's gonna be wiser than that. You know, that's what he does. Instead, Elon wanted some of the most sweaty fucking nerds' loyalty. Okay? As Twitter pursues the goal of elevating citizen journalism, media elite will try everything to stop that from happening. Mainstream media will still thrive, but increased competition from citizens will cause them to be more accurate as their oligopoly on information is disrupted. Yeah, this type of stuff, he's just trying to fucking none the wiser. That's what I was trying to say. Yes. This basically is the classic like fail guy shit. Okay. It's the classic fail guy shit where he's like, I'm failing, but it's not because of, me being an absolute fucking dumbass, okay? It's because politics. It's because I'm a right-winger and I believe in free speech or whatever the fuck. And that is where a lot of this is coming from. He's also trying to post away where he's like, the awesome irony of the situation is that the media writing about Twitter, me failing nonstop is drawing massive growth on Twitter. He's like, it's a drill tweet. Like, I'm not owned, over and over again. Please stop saying I'm owned. Anyway, imagine calling the richest man in the world a dumbass. Wait, it's so funny. I love when motherfuckers still do this, by the way. Like, dude, you're a peasant. Straight up. You are literally a medieval peasant. You're like, my lord, these other peasants out there dare defy your rule, my lord. You are wealthy and God-given powers you have, my lord. Like, you're literally watching everything implode. Everything that he wanted to do fail in the most predictable way possible. And you're still like, my lord, I'll shine your shoes if you're out of shoe polish. I'll shine it with my teeth and tongue, my lord. You corny motherfucker. This motherfucker is literally losing on the boundaries that you have considered him to be successful on, which is capitalism, right? He's quite literally losing on the capitalism front. And you're still saying like, nah, he's still rich, so he's still the best. Another terrible take. You're trying to hit a new daily record. No, I'm just trying to hit your mom. You know what I mean? Which, she lets me hit every night, and it's pretty fucking sick. It's dope. Yeah. Also, where the fuck are we with his net worth currently? Because I haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure, it's floundering a little bit. So, any man can be a 7 is still a bad take. That's not true. It's not a bad take. It's the best take. You're dumb. And Thiel has to be hurting with Bitcoin tanking. Don't worry about his net worth. He'll be just fine. I mean, he will be fine, crypto cartridge. But you can't tell me that like losing billions of fucking dollars and potentially, having one of his pursuits that he was bullied into fucking purchasing by like a Delaware commerce court that will then tank his other fucking profoundly overvalued company stock that is directly tied to his net worth is not going to be, is not going to be great. It's like saying, actually, like, no matter what you say, Mark Zuckerberg is going to be fine, dude. Like, yeah, he is, but also he just lost like $700 million in value over the course of one night and had to lay off 11,000 people from his company. Or 700 billion, not million. Fuck me. Holy shit. My bad. Did you see that 2 Teslas hit the World Trade Center? Seen it right from Tesla's Twitter account? Yeah. So a lot of people are, of course, working it to scam motherfuckers, but some people are working the new verification process to have some fun. And I think that's very cool. Here is one that I would like to talk about. This is one of the best stories of all time. Yesterday, Eli Lilly and Company, which is not a real account, despite the fact that when you look at it, it looks real, right? Company that makes insulin someone decided to impersonate them with a verified badge and say, we are excited to announce insulin is free now. And everybody, was in on the meme for the most part, laughed about it, whatever, except Eli Lilly was not in on the meme, and they had some issues with that. They definitely had some fucking big issues with that take. So they apologized.
And breaking tonight
for a parody tweet that was made right here. We're going to look at this news story really quickly.
Eli Lilly and Company clearing up some confusion about a fake tweet. This tweet telling people that their insulin was now free. This is a message that went out from an account that had a blue check mark on Twitter. It was liked and retweeted thousands of times. So we saw handfuls of heartbreaking responses from people elated about the news before they then realized that in fact it was fake.
Now, that's why I said it's funny, but it's also fucking tragic, right? It's funny, but it's also fucking tragic, right? Because the state of our existence is fucking tragic, okay? Can you imagine, just imagine how awful this country is and how awful our world is that, someone could just like joke about Eli Lilly making insulin free, and that would genuinely improve the lives of millions of fucking people. And then Eli Lilly turns around and is just like, lol, just kidding. Of course we didn't do that. Don't be crazy. We apologize that y'all thought insulin was free. This thing that you need for fucking survival, it was free. Just kidding. We apologize for those who have been served a misleading message from a fake Lilly account. Our official Twitter account is LilyPad. Let's be clear. Eli Lilly should apologize for increasing the price of insulin by over 1,200% since 1996 to $275, while it costs less than $10 to manufacture. The inventors of insulin sold their patents in 1923 for $1 to save lives, not to make Eli Lilly CEO obscenely rich. Bernie pouncing on that opportunity. Yeah. Now that's the sad part. The funny part is, the media will blame the parody account for the heartbreak, but not the company for paywalling life-saving medications. Exactly. That's the point. That is exactly what the fucking point is. The media is like, oh man, look at how fucked up that is, that they did that. Like, bro, how about how fucked up is it that they're selling insulin for $275 a pop? If you recognize that if at the heart of your criticism of the parody account is that they made this thing free and that really hurt people's feelings, then you recognize internally somewhere in there that insulin should be free and that is going to make people very happy because they can now survive. Okay? But this is exactly the kind of agitprop I like. It strikes at the core of Eli Lilly. It strikes at the core of paywalling medication. It strikes at the heart of Elon Musk's idiotic fucking decision and why this would be so stupid if you could just like buy, verified accounts and be able to dupe people like this. And here it is. Eli Lilly lost 11.97%, down 11.97, 3.34%. That's billions of fucking dollars. Billions of fucking dollars that they lost over the course of a few fucking days, okay? Eli Lilly dives after fake Twitter account promises free insulin, takes Novo Nordisk and Sanofi with it. Elon Musk's new pay-for-play verification system on Twitter shook the pharmaceutical mainstay Eli Lilly. That's a fucking banger. That's a great ROI, dude, right there. $8. One-time payment for $8, and you get back billions in fucking tanking stocks, dude. That's some decent-ass ROI, baby. That's when, Twitter is at its peak. Raphael is correct here. This is basically stating, we regret to inform you that we will not be giving away insulin, a publicly funded invention that was given away by its creator to be given away to people so they don't die. Eli Lilly's stock isn't just tanking because of a satirical tweet on Musk's hellscape. It's tanking because millions of people are asking why they have to pay for insulin when it was made to be free. Investors fear culture caught up with them. More people know insulin's discovery is funded with our money. I don't know. For the record, I don't think that this is like, I want to believe, okay. I want to believe that this tweet played a role. Okay, I want to. Do I actually believe that this tweet is the reason why Eli Lilly and all these other fucking stocks are tanking? No. There's always plenty more happening behind the scenes that play a role in a downward trend in every sector. Okay? I don't think that this was the catalyst. I'm sure that there are other market conditions at play here. You would have to analyze the entirety of the healthcare industry and how the healthcare stocks are doing. You'd have to look at like how pharma stocks are performing at the moment. I know that the market has been insanely up the past couple of days, but that doesn't mean anything because a specific sector might be performing poorly because of like mass layoffs or something. You know what I mean? You just never know. And I don't know enough, so I choose to believe it because it's funny and cool. But I'm sure there were other factors at play here. That's actually, you're right. Mass layoffs usually make stocks green. That's true. I meant like there's something shifting. You know what I mean? There could have been like something that we're not factoring in to the analysis. And I don't know. I'm sure there was some other shit happening on top of that. This is a bad take. The company needs to make money to stay afloat. It's like how Amazon forces you to run ads to keep the business running. Yeah, at the top of the hour. That is the best segue I've ever fucking seen. Holy fucking, you're a garbage person. Jesus Christ. At the top of the hour, I have to run an ad. Okay? Now, if you no longer want to see those ads, well, you could just subscribe for $5 or for free. Fuck you, chatter. Actually, that's not even a bad segue because the chatter kind of laid it up for me to make a segue out of it, so I respect it. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, you get one free Prime subscription a month. Luckily, that's the only paywall that you're fucking experiencing for a brief moment. And it's not like a life-saving medication that I'm fucking paywalling. Northbound Train, thank you for the 5 get the subs, allowing 5 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Here's the 1 minute ad break now. An Axamander 2099, thank you for the 5 get the subs as well. Amazon are looking at loss-making parts of the company. Twitch layoffs incoming. I don't know. I have no way to know that. Strong statement from the FTC, by the way. Following the security and privacy departures at Twitter, we are tracking recent developments at Twitter with deep concern. No CEO or company is above the law, and companies must follow our consent decrees. Our revised consent order gives us new tools to ensure compliance, and we are prepared to use them. Holy fuck. Also, just a reminder to those watching the rapid changes to check marks on Twitter, that new consent order requires Twitter to assess the privacy and security risks of any product changes or new features. The departures are also attracting scrutiny in Europe, where rules require companies to have data protection officers. Spokesperson for the Irish Data Protection Commission tells me it's seeking more information. Another big departure, Yoel Roth, Twitter's head of safety and integrity, has left. Under Musk, Yoel became the public face of the company's content moderation efforts, especially around the midterms. Musk has now emailed employees saying that the company will do whatever it takes to adhere to both the letter and the spirit of the FTC consent decree. Anything you read contrary is absolutely false. Big business started losing money. They might actually bring down the hammer this time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Remember, folks, you steal from the poor, you'll get rich. You steal from the rich, you'll go to fucking jail. Bernie Madoff didn't go to jail because he fucking duped poor people. He went to jail because he fucked rich people. Okay? And Elon Musk might be the head honcho at the table right now with all the money that he has. Okay? Well, not for too long, but if he starts fucking the bag up for Eli Lilly, for Lockheed Martin, for all these other fucking famous, wealthy people who now have privacy concerns, who now have security concerns, who are now getting fucked over because people can just like make a verified account and just blast them into space. Ooh. Oh, brother. They will fucking pounce on his clown ass, okay? I'm telling you. Twitter sent an HR email to every laid off. Dude, they have fucked this up so hard, man. Twitter sent an HR email to every laid off employee acknowledging it's late getting people their separation agreements and release of claims, but the company messed up the BCC and it has become a reply all catastrophe. It's just like, it's all the stupid shit. It's all like the dumbest ways. Anyway, Yoel Roth left and he's changed his Twitter bio to former head of trust and safety, confirming his departure from the company. It feels like Elon is dismantling Twitter so that the feds have to step in and prop it up with money like you guessed. No, I didn't say that. I said I'm worried that Elon Musk is going to find a way to fucking leverage Twitter to get money out of the government for national security concerns. I don't think he's fucking up the company deliberately. I think he's fucking up the company because he's an idiot. That is a separate thing that I believe he will do. This, on the other hand, is not that. This is just him being a fucking moron. This is him being a narcissistic, thin-skinned, idiotic man-child who thinks he is fucking brilliant. Okay? That's the issue here. Omnicom Media Group, which is massive. Holy fuck. That is a major ad agency. I used to work with them all the time at the Young Turks. They have now recommended its clients pause spending on Twitter, citing the potential serious implications for advertising on the platform since Elon Musk's takeover last month. I mean, they represent McDonald's, Apple, PepsiCo, you know, some big boys. I also work for Omnicom. They fucking suck them out. Yeah. Of course. IPG also pulled, so that's both Coke and Pepsi. And this, by the way, is interesting because it's right before the fucking holiday season. There's a reason why they do the upfronts and the new fronts like right now. Because holiday spending is huge, okay? It's like everyone's got their budgets. Everyone has like a way, way larger fucking leeway for expenditure. Like, this is when they fucking pump. Q4 is when they pump the fucking ads, dude. That's bananas that Twitter is tanking in the middle of this shit. Comedy is indeed back on Twitter. Not in a way that Elon Musk intended, though. Lick my hadron. Don't do that, by the way. Thank you for the 5. Get the subs. I feel like if I licked your hadron collider, maybe the world would turn normal again. Okay. Pleased to announce that all current loan balance with the Department of Education has been reduced to 0 thanks to a generous donation from Mr. Elon Musk. We applaud him for all of his dedication to making education accessible for all. More details to come. # student loan forgiveness is the U.S. Department of Education. This is still available. Like, this tweet has not been taken down yet, which is crazy. Like, it's been up since 8:30 a.m. I don't know if this is real or not. I don't want to be Christmas. I don't want to be Christmas forever. Elon Musk, please help. I made a mistake. Was this real? This made me sad when I found out it wasn't real. I wish it was. The second part, I mean. Me reaping versus me sowing 4 parts. If Elon Musk buys Twitter, he will be the first African American to own a major social media platform. This is a great day for diversity. Another glass ceiling shattered. Twitter employees have happily censored the platform, taking livelihoods away from people who did absolutely nothing wrong. I'm glad they're getting fired now. They get no sympathy from me. You all deserve this, every bit of it. You've had it coming. Now it's here. Really funny, by the way, Matt Walsh. Sex is a sacred act between a man and my wife. Okay, on the second thought, the new verification process is kind of shit show and makes the site even more unusable than it was already. It also isn't clear what exactly is being verified other than a user's willingness to spend $8. Oh no, Matty boy, what happened? Verification is supposed to weed out the bots and trolls, but instead they've just empowered them even more. Brilliant strategy. By the way, when does the whole free speech thing start? People are still getting banned for the same reasons they did before. That is fucking awesome. Okay? That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. If you weren't such a fucking baboon, okay, you could have seen that this was going to cause issues from a mile away, Matt Walsh. But he was so horny to be like, to promote his righteous indignation about like all the soy elitist libs or whatever the fuck he's mad at, for not letting him be transphobic on the main, on his main account. That he was like, oh man, it's fucking, oh yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be so fucking great. Idiot. No, this is a parody account that fucking owned him. Sex is a sacred act between a man and my wife. Like, I knew that this shit was going to happen. Anyone with a fucking brain cell who is a poster knew that this shit was going to pop off. According to messages shared in Twitter Slack, Twitter's CISO, Chief Privacy Office, and Chief Compliance Officer all resigned last night. An employee says it will be up to the engineers to self-certify compliance with FTC requirements and other laws. All of this is extremely dangerous for our users, the message says, given that the FTC can and will fine Twitter billions of dollars pursuant to the FTC consent order, extremely detrimental to Twitter's longevity as a platform. Our users deserve so much better than this. The message ends with a link to whistleblower aid. Oh my God. At the same message, the employee said, Twitter's current head of legal, Alex Spiro, said Elon is willing to take a huge amount of risk in relation to his company and its users because Elon puts rockets into space. He's not afraid of the FTC. Dude, the idea that like Elon is like personally putting rockets into space is hilarious. Oh, here's another funny moment. Lockheed Martin stock is down more than 5% a day after Twitter Blue verified account impersonated the defense company and said it was halting sales to certain countries, including the U.S. Similar declines at Eli Lilly after an impersonator Twitter account. What was the tweet, by the way? We will begin with Lockheed Martini. We will begin halting all weapon sales to Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the United States until further investigation into their record of human rights abuses. Hashtag we are LM. There is perhaps no better indication that the stock market is not like this fucking truly unique there's no better indication of the rational actor theory falling apart than this, okay? Like motherfuckers see Lockheed Martini and they turn around and they're like, oh shit. This is going to tank. We should sell. This event is going to trigger the best series of tweets from cancer corporations. I'm so happy. These fake verified tweets are getting out of hand. Israel will be dealt with and it will cease to exist if Mario has anything to say about it. Inshallah. What the fuck? Bro, there is no way. Companies are not going to let this happen, dude. That's insane. Ay, ay, ay. And now, from what I understand, Twitter Blue is now disappearing. Twitter pauses paid verifications after user abuse service to impersonate brands and people. The option to sign up for Twitter's new verification service for $7.99 has disappeared for the Twitter iOS app. Twitter CEO Elon Musk launched the paid verification service earlier this week, while he's still posting about how successful it's been for him. How many times do you think Elon's broken down crying over the past couple of days? You know, the worst part about this, is that, like, much like the Sackler family, I don't think Elon's going to be held morally or you know, legally accountable for any of this shit. Okay? Like, the Sackler family was uniquely involved in the pharmaceutical promotion of opiates such as Oxycontin, right? And like lying to doctors and all that stuff. They were directly involved in it in a way that like owners of a company or C-level executives never are. We know for a fact that Elon Musk is even more hands-on than that because there's plenty of public visible proof that he is, right? Wait, hold on. And even then, I don't think it's gonna hit him because he's too rich overall. Here are Twitter's top advertisers who Elon is desperately relying on for revenue. Sure hope nothing happens that causes them to get mad and leave. HBO, Mondelez, Amazon, IBM, Pepsi's gone. I think Coca-Cola is gone too. A lot of these are gone now. No, some of these guys are no longer they're not paying. Yeah, Mondelez is gone too. Half of these are fucking gone because they're advertising companies. Now, these companies have like so much money that like their digital ad spend is being done through like 8 different fucking corporations regardless. But when you have a major, one of the big 4 ad agencies saying like we're urging our clients to no longer work with Twitter, it's a wrap. He's on the hook for billions in loans from people. Twitter's worth a quarter of what he bought it for, and Tesla stock is worth half of what it was when he started to talk with Twitter. This is a death spiral. Yeah, this tweet is still up. He's getting cooked. It is with heavy heart that we announce that we will be ceasing all missions. We plan to funnel $240 million in outstanding government subsidies to groups dedicated to sustainable agriculture and ending world hunger. We cannot look to other planets to solve our problems here. SpaceX official. You know what? I'll just say it like this, okay? You don't usually see the chickens coming home to roost like this, okay? No, this is fake. I know this is fake, guys. Obviously, this is fake. You don't, like, rarely do I ever get to see some of my fucking calls. Rarely do I ever get to see some of my fucking calls fall in like and happen so quickly. Okay? Like I've been on the Elon Musk is a fucking idiot wagon for years and years and years. Okay? And I saw what he was doing. And I told you this is going to implode the fucking platform. And even I didn't think he would be that fucking stupid. I was like, there's no way. That's why he's like trying to tell the advertisers. Like, I literally said, look, the moves that he's announcing are going to destroy this platform. But also, even I think like there's no way he's going to be this fucking narcissistic. Okay? Like, I thought it would have taken a long time. You know what I mean? I thought it would have been way longer than a fucking, a couple weeks. I didn't think he was going to come in and fucking gut the workforce, for example. And honestly, it is basically, I mean, he's just speed running bankruptcy right now. You got the Republican Party's like messaging warfare campaign blowing up in its fucking face, with the Republicans floundering and trying to like make sense of that, while looking for villains internally and like pointing the finger of blame at Donald Trump. Like there are so many different avenues where it feels like we are at the very least like, feeling a little good about being right.
Hi, I'm Ann Gaviola. Welcome to the Peak on Global, where we break down what is trending in the business world and what you need to know to stay ahead of the curve. Joining me now is Brett Chang from the Peak Podcast. Welcome, Brett.
Hey, Ann, great to be with you as always.
We finally get to talk about this. The Elon Musk era has only been underway for a little more than a fortnight, but there are some sweeping changes. There's lots to unpack here. Let's start with Musk wanting to move to a subscription model. Now,
oh, yeah. Let that sink in, bitch. Let that fucking sink in. This is what happens, dude. It's just like so painfully stupid. It's so fucking painfully stupid. He wanted the sweatiest, neck-bearded, mouth-breathing nerds to adore him. And for that, he would do everything, okay?
Now, I personally wouldn't pay for it, but I am well aware of the fact that if you're using a social media platform for free, then you are the product. What are your thoughts?
Turns out that sink wasn't just letting the sink in, it was sinking the fucking company
On this, Brett.
Well, I think the bigger picture here is that with Elon taking over Twitter, he is now doing a full diagnosis of exactly what's happening in the company. And if he looks at the business model as it currently stands, which was heavily driven by advertising revenue, he just doesn't think that's sustainable. The company, even with all that advertising revenue, was still posting losses after losses. And so he's looking for new opportunities to generate new revenue, and subscription fees are probably the best way to do that. It's taking your most passionate and active users and making a direct profit stream out of them. So that's what he's trying to do. It's not going too well. I hate to say it. And I did subscribe. I did pay for Twitter Blue myself with the promise that I would get verified, and it never actually happened. And they actually just announced today that they're going to roll back that feature entirely. So
Lame-o.
It's all in flux.
L, admitted that you're an L taker. Okay, owned. Classic.
How is it possible that you are not verified? I'm going to have someone contact you about this. Something else to kind of unpack here is, and this isn't surprising because he basically did the same thing at Tesla, but Musk reversed the work remotely forever if you want to option that his predecessors instituted at Twitter. This was back in May 2020. He also laid off about half the staff, but we'll get to that in a second. What do you think about this reversal of the work from home stance, Brett?
Well, there's a philosophical divide in the business world right now where some people think that you can keep up that intensity and stay productive by being in a fully remote culture, while others just feel like you have to all be in the same place at the same time to actually get things done. And Elon is firmly in that camp where he thinks that they're working on really tough things at Tesla and SpaceX and now at Twitter, and that everyone needs to be together brainstorming, building off of each other's work to actually make that happen. And so forcing everyone to come back to the office, it also sounds great It sounds great. It sounds like a great idea, but in practice, it's going to be really tough to execute because there are just a lot of people now post-COVID who just don't want to do that. That's not the lifestyle that they've signed up to. And if they weren't already laid off at Twitter in that first round of layoffs that we saw last week, this actually might be the next round of it, which is people who just don't want to go into the office and are looking for other opportunities where they can continue to live a remote lifestyle.
Yeah, and so much traction during the pandemic for a hybrid model, which is in some cases the best of both worlds, or some people say you get, none of the benefits of either, depends who you ask. Let's also talk about the mass layoffs here. They are massive. I mean, they're huge. They were announced just before Meta, which is the company formerly known as Facebook, also said it was going to be slashing its global workforce by 11,000 positions. Big names in tech are laying off workers,
What surprisingly has already been lost is that he paid $44 billion for it, the largest private purchase of anything in the history of the world, and this is what he does with it. It's like buying a Lambo when you make $100K a year and immediately driving it off a cliff. Kind of. It's like leveraging your current existence pretty much to be able to purchase a Lambo that is like way outside of your purchasing power. And then driving it off a cliff.
Freezes. I truly think that this is a sign of the times, right, Brett?
Well, I think what's really interesting about it is that there are two economies right now. There's the tech economy, and then there's the rest of the economy. And the rest of the economy, we're still suffering with labor shortages. There are not enough workers to fill the amount of positions that we have to fill. But in tech, what you're seeing is a massive cutback as their public market valuations decline. Pressure from investors are forcing them to cut back on costs. And this is what happens, that you see these mass layoffs happening both at Meta, at Twitter, but basically at every other big tech company out there. And I just think it's very interesting how you're just seeing two different worlds. And I think this is what a lot of analysts are hoping for, which is that the quote unquote recession that we may or may not be in is isolated to just the tech industry, while the broader economy stays immune to that.